What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. In today's video we're checking out the all-new 2026 Toyota Rav4. This one is an SE, so more of a basic trim level. MSRP is around $35,000, and this one's finished off in the Storm Cloud. So do you think this is kind of the best budget SUV that doesn't break the bank? Significantly cheaper than the average price of a new car. But honestly, the SE, aside from the cloth, pretty much looks like higher trim levels. Especially, you're gonna notice there's no cheap unfinished plastic on it. So it's actually a really good setup if you're on a budget. So hybrids are now standard for all the new Rav4s. Plug-in hybrids are gonna be the option for some trims. So this one is a front-wheel drive model. So this has 226 horsepower. That is the net power with the hybrid and engine. It's gonna be a 2.5 liter inline 4-cylinder. The engine itself is gonna make 163 pound-feet of torque. Now with all that, it gets 47 miles per gallon in the city, 40 out on the highway. Curb weight's gonna be a little over 3,700 pounds. Towing capacity is 1,700. However, really only the Woodlands is gonna actually offer you towing. With that, it has a 14.5 gallon fuel tank. So for the styling, we have a nice set of LED headlights, incandescent turn signal, and then just some silver trim instead of running lights for this trim level. We have a nice gloss black trim piece connecting everything. I love the front bumper, and you'll notice this black chrome trim throughout it. We do have forward-facing parking sensors, black trim, more gloss black all down below. So again, it looks like a very finished design for the exterior, even have that blacked out Toyota badge. So I like the overall shape, that hammerhead upper section, a bit more bold, a bit more boxy than before. Hood has these really nice boxy sharp lines throughout it. You have the gloss black fenders and a nice set of 18-inch wheels. We also have all this gloss black for the rocker panel, which looks really good. And I love this body line that cuts all the way through the side profile. It's a very sharp style. We have body colored handles. We also have gloss black mirror caps, integrated turn signal, and then all black throughout the windows. You're also gonna notice the gloss black trim piece on the bottom of the A-pillar, as well as back here, giving the roof a floating design. And then you're gonna see gloss black for those roof rails. For the overall side profile, very similar to the previous gen. Nice overall look. It's just very proportional, has a good looking footprint. You can really see all the sharp angles all throughout it. It's a great looking car. There's an integrated spoiler in back that connects to this gloss black. More trim right here, third brake light up above. And I like the LED taillights. They're all integrated into the bodywork with this gloss black connecting everything. And then once again, the rear bumper all finished off in the gloss black. We have parking sensors, this nice metallic silver, and then blacked out badging for everything. Got Rav4 and your backup camera. So again, just a really good looking car, nice angles all throughout it. Now we're still gonna get a power tailgate even on this trim level. So it opens nicely, and then in back, we have a little over 37 cubic feet of cargo volume with the seats up, and closer to 70 with everything folded down. So underneath the floor, you're also gonna get a spare tire, which is impressive for a hybrid. Got our privacy cover that we can pop over here and here. It'll lock over here. We have extra cargo over here, and then you're gonna get lighting and plugs. Now for the seats, you can actually just grab these and fold them down as well. So it gives you easy access to get everything down. And then from there, we can just close everything down. Moving on to the interior, you're gonna see SE models just have this black fabric with this gray color in the center. And then, like I said, folding these nice and flat. We have the last fit all-weather floor mats that look great in here as well. But nice flat folding seat, giving you all the cargo space you're gonna need. We also have 2 angles of recline, which is a great touch. And then in the center, we can pop this downwards, and we're gonna get a nice armrest and cup holders. We have plugs, air vents, storage areas. You can see that recline angle. And then in back, the doors have harder plastic, and then just a basic vinyl soft touch in the center and the armrest. Much higher trim levels will have a very premium soft touch all around. So nice to see each trim level really does offer something a little different. Now sitting here at 5'11", overall, I sit pretty good. Car seats will fit good enough. You have tons of headroom, lots of glass in here, so very open. Angle of recline is great. I wouldn't mind the seats being a little taller to cradle my legs, but overall, it's pretty good, pretty comfortable with about all the space you're gonna need. I'd say it's closer to the top in terms of sizing in its class. From here, we can take a look at the front seats. Same door panel with the plastic, and then the nice soft touch, and then we have all of our basic controls. Quick interruption for today's video. I've installed the last fit all-weather floor mats on this brand new Toyota Rav4. You're gonna notice how nice they fit in here. They use lasers to measure everything to where these all-weather floor mats are gonna fit just like factory. The lip around all the mats is going to be very high and cover a lot of the OEM carpeting underneath and go up to even the door sills as well as seat brackets to really do a great job protecting all your carpet. Very easy to remove, clean, put back in, and you have perfect carpets underneath. So these are really gonna just keep your interior clean. When you buy a brand new car, that's what you want. The rubber is a nice, durable, soft material. It fits very well and just looks great inside the Rav4. And obviously, as you can tell, the fit is spot on. Also, take a look at the link down below. We have a link for these kits, as well as a discount code for all of our viewers. That way, on your new Rav4, you can get set up with a good discount on a really nice set of all-weather floor mats. And then for the driver's seat, you're gonna get power controls on it, the blue stitching, all that nice contrast to it. Really good looking overall. And then hopping in, we can just put my foot on the brake and fire it up. The electronics turn on, screens will roar to life. Nice black leather wrapped steering wheel with all of your controls for the screen. We have volume, track, we also have voice commands, cruise controls on the right with distance spacing and lane keeping. Stock on the right side is for windshield wipers. We have turn signals and headlights on the left. And then we can just toggle this and you're gonna get a lot of different presets for the screen. So a nice bit of information you're gonna see. It's got a very simple look to it, but honestly, it kind of has everything you're gonna need in a car. We have our power tailgate button. We also have interior dimming, fuel cap, more of the soft touch, and then this nice satin gray trim around the air vent. You have this flatter style dashboard, which is a little interesting looking. Extra storage over here, more of the soft touch, and then a nice size glove box. For the center screen, nice and touch screen, and you're gonna have all the good information with this new style. I hope Toyota puts this in more cars. It's really good looking, very simple to use as well. We have all the full screen designs as well for everything once set up, and then all sorts of different settings, even having a drive recorder, so it'll use the cameras in the car, especially depending on how many cameras your car is equipped with. You have a really cool camera system. Now, climate is always down here. You have fan speed and easy reach. You have temperature as well. You can slide it. You can also tap it with the physical button. We have heated seats and steering wheel, even in this trim level, dual zone. And then if you tap the center, we have a nice depiction and a couple other options. So really can't complain with everything on this. Drive mode button over here as well, so you don't always have to use the touchscreen, which is a nice touch. And then in reverse, we have a pretty good backup camera with all of your guidelines as well as different views. Now, you're also able to do the auto LSD traction control. So depending on if you want to turn a lot of that off for some maybe off pavement driving. EV mode when the charge is available, which is a nice touch. We have those physical buttons, volume, climate vents, and a lot of hidden storage. Can easily fit a couple phones in here. We have plugs, we have this nice satin gray trim, and then we have a lot of space in the center right here. Park and brake hold, a nice hidden storage area that you can flip around. Now we have a comfortable armrest. Plenty of storage in here with a plug. And then one last look at the interior. For an SE model, again, pretty inexpensive car. Honestly, really good way to go. You have a small sunglass holder up above with extensions on the sun visors and then a basic mirror. All right, so setting off now in the 2026 Rav4 SE. So sport mode is gonna make it just a little bit more zippy. One thing I like with the acceleration with this car, being a hybrid and an eCVT for the transmission, it technically drives like an electric car, where as soon as you give it throttle, the electric motors are actually giving you that assistance. So there's no real lag or anything with acceleration. It's not particularly a fast car, however, it does drive really well and it's nice and zippy around town. That's probably one of my favorite things with the car overall. Brakes work really nice, and I like how the steering feels pretty good too. Just giving it half throttle, effortlessly gets up to speed pretty well. So it's overall just a kind of a good around town car with no real compromises. Cruise control all works pretty good, especially with the lane centering, the distance pacing and everything. And I like how you can kind of mix and match what you'd like to see on the screen. But it's comfortable in here, even with just the fabric seats. You know, it's a nice seating position, plenty of good glass panels all around to give you a really good view around. So it's just a comfortable, easy car to drive over your left and right shoulder. Really can't complain. You have just a lot of good view. All the buttons and everything are easy to get used to, and the tech works well. Honestly, I do not mind the touchscreen controls. It's actually easy to toggle everything, and everything is always readily available. So, I don't know, the Rav4 just drives well. I think they've done a good job on it. It's zippy around town. You hear and kind of feel the engine turning on. However, it doesn't really do it in an annoying way. So it's a really good hybrid system, very simple feeling. I do like the all-wheel drive one a little better because you're gonna get a little bit of torque steer with this front-wheel drive, especially if you're really hammering the throttle or accelerating out of a turn. So that might be my only complaint with front wheel. However, better gas mileage. So, you know, if you're just around town driving, this is gonna be just fine. It's an easy car to maneuver too. So it's gonna be easy to park and just a really easy car to drive. This is something that, you know, if you're looking for just a good daily that is exceptionally fuel efficient, not really that expensive overall, and something that is nice to drive around town, you know, this has got to be on your list. It's just a nice, simple car. The interior looks a lot better in person than on pictures and camera. You know, a lot of people say it looks cheap and plasticky. This trim level, yes, we have hard plastics and vinyl. A higher trim level, which might be, you know, up to 10 grand more than this, you're gonna get a very premium vinyl material and a soft touch. So there are nicer trims that do feel a lot better. I do wish that there was other than just grayscale. I think the solid gray interiors, which all of these basically look like, and I wish there was more color options available. I believe a beige is available on some trims, maybe limited, but a lot of grayscale in this car, which maybe is my only complaint. But it drives good. It's something easy and simple to get used to, and I think a lot of buyers are going to fit here very comfortably. I'm not noticing really any wind noise or road noise. You hear the engine a little bit, but it's actually pretty comfortable and quiet, even going higher speeds than we're doing today. So not a bad option for a good average car.